Swing Alpha Trade Report for May 3rd, 2017. First, we'll go over the markets. This is SPY 5-minute candles. You can see a blip around 2 to 3 o'clock. Unusual volume. This was caused by the Fed announcement where they announced that rates will not be raised. This was entirely expected among market participants. It was basically a non-event. Going into the 30-minute candles, you could see the bull flag for the last 2 months, breakout from the French election, and then a consolidation for the last week or so, which appears to be yet another smaller bull flag. So again, this confirms the theory that the market is bullish. We could expect the previous all-time highs around 240, 240.5 to be hit again. And I could expect over the next month new all-time highs being made. Uh, First trade I want to go over is CLVS, which is a stock that we shorted yesterday because it had the appearance of a bear flag. I want to point out that today there was an earnings report right after close. I was quite aware of this before recommending the short. Uh, Over the last 5 years, CLVS on every earnings announcement has never gapped. It's just never gapped on an earnings announcement, so I consider this fairly safe to enter the trade and just trade like a normal day. So the first trade we got in today was rates. Rates last year had a high volume basing pattern, broke out on good earnings, but over the last 2 months, January, February, not last 2 months, but January, February, it appears to be possible distribution and then a breakdown on earnings. A rounded retest, it retested and it appears to have failed at the retest. So there is the possibility that it will continue all the way down back to maybe 8. So this is a good short right here. And then the last trade we took, the second one, is RSO, Resource Capital. Resource Capital RSO has been quite a terrible stock. It's just been falling and falling. It had a really terrible earnings announcement in November of last year, high volume, and then we ended up with what appears to be a 4 or 5 month basing pattern, very, very high volume, and then breakout on earnings in March. Then we ended up with looks like a bull flag for about a month and a half, and then a breakout a few days ago, a retest, a breakout. And so it appears to be this bull flag is going to continue and a high probability that this gap will fill. So we could expect price to go up to maybe 12.5-ish over the next 2 or 3 months. Last trade I want to go over is AMLP. We had entered this trade a little more than a week ago. The theory was that this breakdown, this pullback, it breaking out, and it would continue back up, gain maybe 10% over the next month or two. Unfortunately, the stock just continued down, so members were alerted to exit as soon as they could, and would have taken a very small 1.6% loss.